What's up, sad boys? It's time for a new record. 4-year strong is back at it again with brain pain, insane in the brain pain. I got some thoughts for you right now. Todd's thoughts. Todd's thoughts. Todd's thoughts. 4 Years Strong has been a staple of the power punk, the pop punk, posi punk movement. Rise or Die Trying came out in 2007. Holy shit. I remember hearing about 4 Years Strong for the first time when I went to see Bayside, which must have been around that time because their second album hadn't been released yet. So I've been following this band for a good little while and I've always liked them. They have the hardest breakdowns with the poppiest of choruses and it's a nice little blend. Now this is their seventh full length album. It's been a good 5 years since they've released an album full of new material. 2017 they released Some of You Will Like This, Some of You Won't, which was mostly acoustic versions of older songs and like reworked versions. Just them trying to explore a new way of looking at their old material, probably because it gets tiring touring with the same songs for 10 years. But now we're back with Brain Pain. Not a great album title, and 4 Years Strong have always had a interesting way of naming things. Usually, quotes. If it's a famous movie quote, they're gonna use it as a title. Heroes get remembered, legends never die.
Wrecked them, damn near killed them.
Men are from Mars, women are from hell.
Bada bean with a pipe.
It must really suck to be 4 Years Strong right now.
If I remember correctly, when Set Your Goals released their second album, the review for it in AP Magazine read, "It must really suck to be 4 Years Strong right now." I think it's funny that they repurposed that and used it as a song title. Brain Pain, not my favorite album title, but it's not egregious, and I'm glad that they're kind of demystifying themselves, because in their other albums they tried to be like this grand band holding up the world on their shoulders and we gotta do this, guys, because this is do or die. The scene must stay alive. Starting off this album, we got It's Cool. It's a very strange opening song. 4 Years Strong has always been good at opening a record. Opening heavy, in your face. This is energy, catchy chorus. Here we go. We're in for the record. Nothing can stop us. It doesn't start the record off on a good footing. It feels kind of jumbled and the tones bounce back and forth. A really weird melody that's in it. It's like this rising singing, but they have this classic 4 Years Strong riff going. It sets the record on a weird tone and not one that I think does it any favors. First couple of times I listened to Brain Pain, it felt like it was just all the same. I really liked the initial couple of singles. Talking Myself in Circles I think is great, but then when you hear in the context of the album, it comes after 4 songs that all have the same feeling. It took me a while to even finish the album because I would just get tired of it by the 9th or 10th song. Unlike other 4 Years Strong records where I feel like as soon as you play a song, it jumps out at you. Think of Catastrophe, think of Bada Bean with a Pipe. They just like grab you and demand you to listen to them. This feels very much aligned to what 4 Years Strong has done and will always do, but missing the hooks, missing the parts that just claw their way into your head. I will say though, however, on multiple listens to, I do find those parts that I like. I do find the little pieces that I enjoy. Like in Learn to Love the Lie. really like that line. Just let me cross my fingers behind my back and I swear on anything you want me to after that. It's not a phrase that they're really emphasizing, but you pick up on it after a couple listens to. On a production side, it sounds like every For Your Sean album. It's very tight with deep tones and everything is just like crisp and like pounds in your chest. And I will say there aren't a lot of flourishes. There aren't a lot of deviance from it. It feels like it's just the same production methods being used on every single song. I find that interesting after some of you will like this and some of you won't, that they wouldn't further try to add in those new elements to their songs. It feels a little too copy and paste after 12 tracks of it. Since I haven't listened to them in so long, I do not know when they decided to take out the keyboards. Is he in the band anymore? I don't know. Could I look that up? Probably, but I'm sure you guys already know if you're watching this. The keyboards served a very important purpose to me. They really live in this mid-tone range in the midst. The keyboards were the balance, the high-end balance. It really connected the material from their heaviest stuff to their poppiest stuff. I genuinely miss the keyboard leads on this album. It feels sort of flat. You don't have those really high, bright ends to really make the midst pop, and a lot of the melodies were usually created with the keyboards. Brain pain does not really get inside your brain that much. For Your Sean has never been very deep with the lyrics, and that's okay. The pop punk genre isn't really deep anyway. A lot of the depth comes from the emotion that is pulled out the lyrics. But when you slow it down to an acoustic song, the audience is meant to really take in the lyrics and take in the meaning of the song. They're not at their strongest. Try to be good when I'm gone, though nothing you could do would be that wrong. I just wish it didn't have to be so long, but try to be good when I'm gone.
Sorry, I can't stop to listen, but I've got so
It feels basic. It feels like a nice little poem that like a high schooler would write. I'm sorry I can't stop to listen, but I've got so much to do and I got some place to be. The house was like the aftermath of a hurricane. I hope it stays that way. When you're talking in kind of these vague terms, it's hard to really get down to the substance of the song. And I feel like a song like this, you want there to be substantial substance that the audience is taking away. I also feel like there's a certain amount of reusing melodies or like very like adjacent melodies. Maybe it's just their voices, but it does sound like you are kind of hearing the same hook over and over again. Ha 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 ha. It feels very 90s. And the Explains It All record does explain it all. All these songs sound like a melody off of that covers album. All your influences are the same flavor, and that same flavor connects all the songs together. Why am I listening to you? Why am I listening to new music when you have shown and displayed older music that accomplishes the same thing you guys are doing? And you're saying this influences us, which makes me question, why don't I just go to the source? Have to give them a little bit of recognition for a song like 17, where it could easily fall into the I wish we were 17 or isn't it great being 17, the Blink 182 effect, the talking about high school, being in high school, appealing to that. They've chosen instead to look back at being 17 and saying, I remember it when we were, but we feel so distant from it that it's kind of scattered and broken and it's not the same. I think that's a much better way to approach reflecting on your youth. At the end of it, it's not a bad record. I like 4 Year Sean. I like their particular sound. The thing is, though, I think the most perfect version of 4 Year Sean was It's Our Time, Rise or Die Trying, Explains It All. I feel like those 3 records is a perfect arc. You have their kind of lower quality demos on It's Our Time. Then you have Rise or Die Trying, which is just peak 4 Year Sean. running on all cylinders, and then Explains It All is a companion piece that really tells you where they're coming from and what they enjoy. I don't know if I need any more than that. I feel like that's something this band maybe has struggled with and maybe is trying to escape just looking at how they name their songs, how they talk about them. I must say, Brain Pain is not a bad record. I enjoy moments on it, and I will continue to keep listening to it to find those moments, to find those bits and pieces. My recommendation for you, if you want to listen to it, if you want to spin it, listen to it, mark down the ones that really jump out at you, pop those a lot, and then when you're ready to move on, indulge in the other songs. If you heard For Your Sean, you know what you're getting into. That being said, if you're a fan of For Your Sean, please let me know if you like this album. Is this fulfilling that itch for you? Because I feel like a lot of other pop punk bands have kind of gone away from this style of playing. I'm going to give For Your Sean, Brain Pain a very soft jam it. I like these guys. I want them to keep playing music. They're really great live. Please tell me what you think. If you want to see more reviews, more discussions, talks, thoughts, please subscribe. Leave a comment below. I'm Grayson Todd. Thank you for watching. Listen to some good shit. I'll see you guys next time. Doodles!
Scared.